Good morning on day 3 of our 8-day van life road trip around Iceland's Ring Road. Today started off with an L because I woke up to find my hiking boots were gone. MIA, nowhere to be found. And right before we were about to spend 6 hours hiking on a glacier. I have no clue what happened, but I'm guessing I took them off after our last hike yesterday before getting in the car and accidentally left them in the parking lot. And that hike is about an hour behind us at this point, so it would really put a dent in our day to have to drive back if they're even there. So thank God that we had this glacier hike booked today because the trekking company rents boots, and these absolute queens at Arctic Adventures said I could keep them for the week and return them in Reykjavik. I can't believe how well this worked out, but anyway, on to the day. We booked the 6-hour glacier tour. You can comment glacier for a link to this exact tour, which left from our campsite and took us trekking on the largest glacier in Europe. I definitely recommend the 6-hour tour over the 3-hour tour. We had barely stepped onto the glacier when they told us that's where the 3-hour tour turns around. So we got to get so much closer to these jagged peaks. We saw crevices, waterfalls, and got to drink the fresh glacier water. And I felt super safe the whole time. Then we drove about 30 minutes to the famous Diamond Beach. But Diamond Beach is not even the cool thing about this area. And I don't know why nobody talks about it. The best part about Diamond Beach is that it's right next to this lagoon called Jökulsárlón, which is at the base of one of the outlets to the glacier, and is where all of the icebergs float and start to melt before they end up on Diamond Beach. We took the amphibian boat tour around the lagoon and saw this little fatso lounging on an iceberg and all of these incredible icebergs floating in the water, and then headed over to Diamond Beach. Another thing to know about Diamond Beach is that the number of icebergs you see is dependent on the current. So while there were lots of icebergs in the lagoon, there were none on Diamond Beach when we got there. So if you want to come to Diamond Beach, you need to check out Jökulsárlón as well, so you can make sure that you see some of the icebergs. Then we drove about an hour to Hoffen and grabbed some fish and chips for dinner and headed to our campsite, Vestrahorn, for the night. See you tomorrow.